From trains to a very different video. So this is the previous video setup, but I'm going to take you on a very different journey this week because I have some parts in here which I think are rare and weird, and I want to build the set for these parts, and it is these parts here. So they're kind of like stanchions, they're support pillars essentially. I've got one, I've got two, I've got three, and I'm sure there's probably a fourth in here, maybe there isn't. Anyway, I've got all sorts of bits. So the reason why this part has intrigued me is, well, let me show you. I'm going to go onto brickset, town and football. The reason why is because I would like to build a giant football stadium, something akin to this, but I want to build it larger. Now, I went to Rebrickable and typed in grandstand. This is the best one I could find that kind of had a vintage feel to it. Now, I'm not going to use this, but the chap's name is Seaver, something like that. Anyway, it's a great little mock, and he's done really well to build it for his speed champions. So that looks like some Formula E cars, some old Formula E cars, and he's built the whole stand there, and it looks great, really nice. But I would like to do something for kind of slightly different, and what I want is to be slightly higher, slightly deeper, so it's a more stadium effect, and I want to have some classic stands coming from these much higher. So I went on to Bricklink, Brickset, and had a look at all of the old stand pictures. So you have the side stand, which is this one here. You then have the headstand, which is this one. And if you can notice here, you've got these grey stands, and it gives you that really high feeling, so a high roof, so it gives you that feeling of space between the top of the heads. And so what that will do is allow you to see into the stadium from all angles, rather than closing it off and putting the roof right above the heads of the minifigs. So I mean, you've got lots of other things here, but anyway, the thing that intrigued me was these parts. So what I did, so you got onto Bricklink, I can't remember the number, 3309, Head Tribune, parts, and then you start going down the list trying to find that grey part. It's this one here. So I clicked on it to see how much they were. That's kind of my idea. Can I buy 50 of them for a stadium that I want to build? How much are they? So I clicked on like grey, I went to European Union. I normally would go to Sweden, but European Union, just to see how many I can get for cheap, and then you go to highest quantity. Now you've got some people on here who are selling them for 74 krona, which is $7, £7 area, and he's got 8 of them. Now I need 50 odd for my design that I've got, so this is going to be an expensive build, which I thought was interesting. Anyway, I kind of did all this, and then I noticed this bit here. This has only ever been in 2 sets. Now, I have some yellow ones of these, and the grey ones are in that stand set. So these yellow ones must be for this set. And this is where I ended up. So, as you can see, we have, let's make it bigger, the Intercoastal Seaport. You've got 4 of these stanchion things here for a crane. You've got these ramps, which I know I have, because if you've been watching any of my videos, you'll know I have these. And then you've got the blue hull for the boat. Now, I don't think I have the boat. That's the only thing. But I think this is definitely something worth building and seeing if I like it, see if there's a place in the city or the town for this. So yeah, that's where I ended up. That's why we have those yellow stands, and that is where I'm gonna start searching for parts, I think. So let's turn me over and we can go this way to hunt for the... So we definitely have 1, 2, 3. Ah, there we go. There's number 4. So we have 4 of those. Now, the next thing is the ramps. I know we've got them somewhere, so I'm going to have to hide those, get those ramps out. And the other thing is the boat. So I'm going to go over and have a look for the boat parts. Go this way. So the boat parts are these. Now, I actually think I might have these. Let's go open the blue box, see whether we can find those, and then get the ramps out as well. Let's do that. Okay, blue box found and opened. So I'm pretty sure, now apologies for the light, but I'm pretty sure I've seen these parts. So we actually have 3 of those parts. Now, that is 3 of the same. Let's get these open, see what they're like. Good news, as Clarkson would say. If you don't know Clarkson, very much an English reference. Anyway, so you've got the 2x8x2 windows there. So we have those. We've got the inverted windscreen, which is great. It's in great condition. Look at that, not a scratch on it. That's good news. I've got this plate. Now, I didn't think I'd have this, but I do, which only enforces the fact that I think I probably have everything in this set. I managed to get all of the plates as well. Got the stands. You saw the hull bits earlier. And then this is kind of the hull plate for the blue boat that I didn't think I had. So really good. I'm going to go and find all the parts now and then join me for building in a minute. And just like that, we've nearly finished the build. So I thought I'd bring you into an actual live shot while we finish off the last few connections. Now that's the crane in, and it has that swivel hinge there, and then it has the ability to move the hook up and down. And then what we're going to do, we're going to move in some other last kind of final pieces. So here we have a few bits of the stairs that we're just going to put in here. And then we have some of the stair handles. Not sure which way around these go. I'm going to put a bet on that way around. So we're going to just put those in like that. Then we have the lantern that sits in that pole just there. And then we can start moving some of these vehicles in. So we have the ship, we have two minifigs here, we have the captain, and we have an on-deck worker. We have one of the classic vintage bikes, which I'm sure will stay straight, but I was seeing maybe it will stay. There we go. It will lock into there. We then have the truck, which has the two crates that you saw me build at the beginning. So it pulls up there, and then these crates come off individually. And you can load them up onto the ship. You have a dock worker here, just kind of, I guess, giving instructions and all that sort of thing. And that is the complete set. So what we're going to do is just take this into the light box, have a look at some of the smaller vehicles and kind of take you through all of that. Unfortunately, the crane isn't going to get into the light box, but that's not a problem. We will have a closer look at it in a second. But that is the finished set, and I absolutely adore this thing. It's even making me consider possibly putting an ocean dock area in the vintage city. So let's see. Right, let's go into the light box. So let's start with the cargo vessel. Now, it's a very simple build. You've got a couple of molded parts on the front. I do really enjoy the crane mechanism that it has there, but the highlight is obviously the bridge. The fact that you can move it up and down is wonderful. Now let's move on to the crates. The crates are a lovely little build, to be honest, and I can see kind of 30 of them built up with food and with beer and with vehicles and stuff all over the harbour in my vintage town. I can see it now, and I'm very much looking forward to it. Now, the truck itself, very, very basic build. The trailer is actually quite nice because obviously it locks in these crates, so that's quite a nice little feature. But the truck itself, very basic, but I'll probably build a few of these in various different colours and have them scattered all over the harbour. Now let's move on to the bike. Now the bike is the standard classic Lego bike. You can see it's got a little stud holder at the bottom so it stands up straight, and I wish this was in more sets, to be honest. I might buy a few. Now, the crane is obviously the star of the show. The fact that it has completely working, moving elements is wonderful. It can pick up the crates quite comfortably and move them around. And then you've got the little minifig in there controlling the whole thing. It's wonderful playability, exactly what vintage Lego is all about. Now, if we move down from the crane into the dock area, now I look forward to adding lots of docks, as I said earlier in the video. I can't wait. And obviously, this is going to look brilliant when it's done. Oh, the 0.5 puts a little bit of an epic perspective on this, doesn't it? Anyway, what a set. The Intercoastal Seaport. 545 pieces. A classic vintage set from the 90s. Some amazing individual pieces. Obviously, the ramp and the 16x16 brick kind of dock parts there. Then we have the stanchion, I guess, support pillars for the crane. We have all the moving mechanisms for the crane. We get the crates, we get some vehicles, we get the bridge that completely lifts up for the ship. I mean, what a great set. 100% in my vintage town, I am going to put a harbour, seaport, something. I've got a couple of ideas how I can make it slightly grander, put some buildings along here, and then obviously a few more ships and maybe a few more of these kind of, whatever the word is. But, you know, docks that come out, so you can have multiple ships parked up. But you know, this is a fantastic set, absolutely brilliant set. I'm so pleased I went kind of had a look through these and try to figure out where they came from and all that sort of stuff. But I've just really had a great couple of hours doing this, really enjoyable. I've got loads more of these types of videos coming up. If you're into vintage Lego, please consider subscribing. It helps the channel an awful lot. If you also hit the like button as well, that would be fantastic. It allows other people to find the videos and share the vintage fun amongst everybody. But I'm not going to bore you any longer. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. You take care. Have a wonderful rest of the week, and we will see you very soon. Take care. Bye-bye.